at the rhythm of the song. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning,
Richard.
Throneleys. Good morning, SB19 fans. Wait, do they have a nickname? The SB19ers? That can't be right. They must have something much cooler than that.
I think you're on the right track, though. I think you're getting warm.
Fortunately, today we have a special guest that's going to join us shortly that can answer questions just like that. We have been curious about SB19 and getting to know the boys a little bit more, and just we had too many questions about how they formed and their personalities and whatnot. And several of you have recommended we check out Casual Chuck, which seems like a pretty laid-back, cool kind of guy, right? We went to his page. He actually reacted to us reacting to SB19, which is weird for me to watch because it's like this circle of, I only got through 5 minutes of it. Like, I can't watch somebody watch me. This is really weird. It's freaking me out.
I mean, I'll go to our channel. I'll just put it on mute because I'm just like, I can't. When I'm reading the comments, it's like, okay, put those guys on mute.
The chat is far more interesting than watching ourselves, for sure. So he is with us. He's actually in our green room right now. But the plan for today is, let me bring out my notes. He has put together some episodes, like the story of SB19. So we're going to watch the first episode, which is like 10 minutes long. And that gives us, just how everything kind of came together. And then we're going to bring him in. We'll ask him questions. You guys can ask questions. He'll be here in the chat as well. And we're also going to react to a few select songs that he picked out like early on in their career for us to explore as well. So that is today's plan. And if you are just joining us or new to the channel,
or YouTube, please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell, please.
My favorite thing is when Johnny, our very first reaction video, and Johnny wasn't sure what to say because he's never on YouTube. He's never liked or subscribed or anything. So he's like, be sure to like or subscribe. Or I'm like, no, and we want him to do both. I love it. I love you, Johnny.
It only took me 2 months to get it, so that's
exactly. Also, please be sure to check out the link below where you can buy some coffee, help support the page, help us grow and continue doing what we're doing. You can even become a silver, gold, or diamond Thronely member. We also encourage you to check out Throga.com to learn more about your voice and the 7 dimensions of singing. And also in the description is a link to Casual Chuck's YouTube page. So please be sure to check that out and check his page so you can subscribe there as well.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Let's begin. This is SB19, Story Episode 1, Sound Break. I know there's clips in here that are probably copyright issue or at least sound, so I've got it mostly faded. Hopefully you guys can be able to read things. There is a link also in the description going to this actual episode, so if you guys want to go back and watch this, please do so. All right, here we go. I feel you, Chuck. Anytime you're reacting to someone else's music, there's no money coming in. That's why we rely on subscribers and all of your support. So obviously that's the case for him too. Oh, I didn't hit play. I'm like, wow, that's a long screen.
I was wondering, yeah.
It's very suspenseful. Become a member, donate, yes. Thank you to his supporters.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy.
Cool. This is not that.
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Hold on 1 second. Can I say, I love the music. I love how suspenseful this is already. I'm like, what?
He scored this beautifully. Yes, the whole it's like I feel like watching like a full-on trailer. This is great.
Yeah. Or like Unsolved Mysteries or something. I'm like, what happened?
Do you remember this song? It all started with this man, Jong Song-han. When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment. Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen, he needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the package of their service as an event organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests. So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines.
Oh, cool.
They went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
I can't find 내게 갈 때까지 Cause you're my lady 널 향한 driving 어린이 마음이 갈 때까지.
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to Filipino talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it. Gian Paolo Nase.
Dude, this should be on Netflix.
This is great. I love how this is set up. It's perfect. The timing, the cuts, the music is so good.
There's an art form to putting a story together, right? There just is. It's so easy to just like slap information together, what you think people want to hear, and then like, you just might like that video cut or whatever, but it might not go with the sound that originally came with it, things like that. And I've seen a lot of sloppy, attempts of things like this, and this is like, there was the last minute I forgot there was even a chat. No offense, I love you guys, but I forgot you were there because the whole thing is like you're in it. This is great.
It's very intriguing, yes.
All right, anyway, let's keep going.
Yep.
He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family.
Wow.
He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability. a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo. Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more. Stelvester Ahero. He was only 16 when he started
Stelvester.
competing as a dancer while
I love it.
studying. He was
We know him as Stellar Stel, but Stelvester is pretty fantastic.
I love it.
a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group Saeon. He is also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health.
Oh, wow.
He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's amazingly synchronized dance routines. But
That's
little
cool.
did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just
I'm still on your side.
out of this world. He debuted as Stel, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group. Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16 and it was his decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree. He clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stel and Saeon. They became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea. In a way, Josh was saved by Stel after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group.
We often talk about how someone's background, just their life experience, is part of the cultivating someone's voice. Of course, it cultivates their personality and their choices, maybe just how just their interplay or interreactions with friends and family and things like that, right? Because we're a product of our nurturing. But more than that is the voice itself, because there's a genetic component. It's like the shape and size of your tongue and your larynx and the length of your throat. All that stuff plays a role. But it's your life experience, what you listen to and what he's gone through. It makes, and he's got such an aggressive attack. Like there's this bite to his delivery when he raps. It just makes sense that resonates to a very unfortunate background for him to pull from and use in an amazing way that actually helps, I'm sure, many others work through their own struggles. That's the power of music. But
Oh, absolutely.
if he didn't go through what he did, he wouldn't have the delivery he has. That's, it's a silver lining, I guess. But
Yeah, I love how the members are sort of making this group too. It's not just this manufactured from the top. It's like, Stel's the one that kind of found him and actually brought him
it's
along.
an organic quality. Yes,
that's really neat.
Awesome.
The group. Justin De Dios didn't have to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing and dancing skills. He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had a stint in performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Hey, welcome to my world, let's do this. 이슈 제주 길어보면서
Nice.
어디 가도 분위기가 higher. 비행기 밖은 너무 시끄러워.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions. Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group.
Awesome.
He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, WYAT, and more. But that's a story for another video. At this point,
Daddy
Show
Joe.
BT seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing. Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy. Philip John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even
Interesting.
know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intrams. After discovering
Wait, did Chuck pronounce his name as Philip? Because I've been calling him Philippe, I think. Well, we know him
Are
as
we-
Ken,
are we
right? But
Yeah.
it's weird that I got that one wrong.
Yeah. Philippe.
dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop
somebody that didn't know
dance
he could
cover
dance.
group called Amigo 7. Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially
Nice.
debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect
Exactly.
through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. SB doesn't only mean Show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this praise. Soundbreak.
Okay.
Isn't it amazing? And we talk about this all the time. Like even our own lives, you know, the seemingly insignificant events that lead to so many things. You know, the significant people that end up, you know, the jobs that we end up doing. You know, like
Yeah.
it's crazy when you think about that origin, and you go back to that moment. And you're thinking like you don't think anything of it. So
It's just
man,
amazing how it breaks down possibilities and people you meet and everything else. Dude,
but
that was
also yeah,
yes.
the vision of I forget his name, the one that broke off the group and started this whole thing. Like to have that, you know, that vision in mind, and to have that amount of courage to break off of something that's successful and established,
Yeah.
and be like, I have something that I want to do. So,
But
you
also
know,
there's
it's
no way he could have planned for this particular
right.
organic, group under his wing there. It's just really fascinating.
Mhm.
I think it's time to bring Chuck in. Let's
I think it
please
is too.
please come in. Here we go. The man
What
behind the
is up?
film. How you doing, man?
Man, hello, what's up, everyone? I hope everyone's doing great and having a good time. And yeah,
This is
how's
oh,
everyone?
hold on one second, because unfortunately, your feed is kind of blurry. Can you just real quick? Can you hang up and call right back, and it should clean that up.
Yeah, I actually noticed that. Okay, we're a little bit of a Japanese mode, guys. Hold on.
We got you. In the meantime,
Uh,
boys, I think you can just end the call and then use the same link to
yeah,
call
yeah.
back. All right. In the meantime, in the chat, hello everybody. We've got
Yes.
over 1,000 people. Welcome to the show. Chuck's coming right back while we clean up that feed. Cherry soda, cherry flowers. So this is episode 1. You guys are saying so. This is. I don't know how many episodes there
Oh,
are.
okay.
Yeah, I'm really curious. There you go.
All
There,
right.
much cleaner.
Is that
feed.
better?
Dude, you should go into a career of filmmaking.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's high praise. Thank you so much.
It's so
I'm just
good.
Oh man, thank you. I'm just a fan. You know, I just really want to. I don't do that. I didn't do that those kind of videos before, but it felt like I wanted to do it for SB19. So yeah, I did it.
So what? Yeah.
I
So
feel like
what?
that was the origin for some of the members too. I mean, they, you know, Ken didn't know he could dance, and all of a sudden he's leading dance troops, and you know, he's
Yeah.
yeah. It seems like a lot of them discovered these hidden talents that they didn't know they had.
So this is episode 1. How many episodes are there that you put together?
There are 6 episodes so far, and I also made a documentary for each member as well to dive a deep dive for each one. So yeah, you might want to check them out at a later time. Yeah.
I think we will. I mean, we've got a lot to rotate through our channel, obviously, but like I'm hooked. Like I want to see more of what you put together, and obviously it's not just the process you put together, but your subject matter is so interesting too. So when those two worlds collide, you've got something special, right?
Appreciate that. And
Yeah.
that's very true. I've seen it time and time again, not just on SB19, but other artists too. I mean, their music is just barely scratching the surface, right? There's a lot more going on behind how they became, big, right?
Right.
So I
So
just wanted
what
to highlight that.
what year was that? At the point that they all 5 were together, what's that time period?
As far based on my research, I think they got together. At least 4 of them got together on 2016.
Okay, so
Um,
8 years ago.
Yeah, and Ken kind of entered the scene around late 2017. So, yeah, but they've been training for, based on their interviews, they've been training for 3 to 4 years already. Except Ken though, because he came in late.
Right. Yeah, but he's holding his own. There's no issue
Yeah.
there. You don't feel like there's anyone slacking in that setting whatsoever.
For sure, yeah.
So one of the things I asked Chuck to do, knowing he was going to join us today, was recommend a few songs like earlier in their career, and I got a few links that you sent. Are one of these like their first like debut songs or like the first album kind of thing, or what did you select?
Yeah, they have debuted with a song called Tilaluha. I think, well, I follow your channel and I watch most of your videos, especially about SB19. And I think you reacted to Tilaluha already, but that
I
one
remember
was
the title.
on-
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was on Wishbuzz. This one is a little bit earlier than that.
Oh, good.
Oh, actually, it's a different performance of that, and I think it's something interesting that I want you guys to see. So,
Okay.
yeah, man. If you
Yeah.
want to see
All
it,
right. Well,
do
let's
it.
check out. So we got a few songs we want to react to as well. So this one is the only repeat, and then the other two titles I don't recognize that you suggested. So we'll get to those following up. So let me bring that in.
Yeah. While you're doing that, let me thank some coffee buyers here. Thank you so much to K1K, to Deb. Deb. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Deb.
Chris, Francesca, Maria, and Ayin. Lackman, thank you so much, you guys.
And we have a super chat as well. Just want to show you some love as well. Mia Eisen is there as well. So thank you. I think we definitely have some Casual Chuck fans in the chat. So we're really appreciative that you jumped over to our channel today. That's awesome. Make sure all of our fans that haven't met Chuck before, make sure you go over to his channel as well. The link is in the description.
Oh, appreciate that.
All right, let's go. Let's see what this one is about. Is this on a TV show or?
It's a brand. They're endorsing a brand. It's a telecom brand. It's like AT&T.
Okay.
Here in the Philippines or something like that. So yeah, they're performing for them. But this is a very solid performance.
All right, sweet. See him a little bit more here. Whoops. There we go.
Sa tuwing ika'y nakikita, di mapigil ang luha sa aking mata. Paano nga bang limutin ka kung sa puso ko ika'y nag-iisa? Maliban na ako'y umaasa.
What year is this?
Tama bang nadarama para sa
2018? 2019.
Bakit nga ba mahal kita kung sa puso mo'y mayroon ang iba? Unti-unting lunurin ang aking nadarama. O buhos ng ulan, huwag nang tumila pa. Paano nga ba papawi? Labis na pagdurusa. Kung wala mang pag-asa, turuan mo naman ako, limutin ka.
I remember this melody.
Kahit na ulay tumila na, luha sa aking mata'y patuloy pa. Ano nga ba ang magagawa kung hanggang ngayon'y mahal pa rin kita? Unti-unting lunurin ang aking nadarama.
It's just some of the details in their harmonies, just like that. Sorry, sound's getting a little delayed here. Just that layered like just that they're setting things up that oftentimes they just leave to like a backing track. You know what I mean? And it's just that they don't take any shortcuts with that. Like they're part of that sonic landscape, right?
Yeah, they're supporting each other really well in this.
I'm gonna back that up again. I want to hear it. That lift into that second chorus is great.
Ano nga ba ang magagawa kung hanggang ngayon'y mahal pa rin kita? Unti-unting lunurin ang aking nadarama. O buhos na walang, huwag nang tumila pa. Paano nga ba mapapawi? Labis na pagdurusa kung wala mang pag-asa. Turuan mo naman
There it is.
Buhos ng ulan, huwag lang tumila pa. Paano nga ba mapapawi?
I'm sorry. I need to hear that again. I'm gonna back. I know it's not done. My apologies. I need to hear that whole setup again. They're not dancing. They're not rapping. They're not doing any of the other like expertise elements that they have. You know, particularly with Stel and Josh and Justin. You know, coming in with that. Well, Pablo too rapping. It's just straight up vocals. If this is your only impression of them, you're still complete wow factor of like, wow, this is a great. Like they could be a cappella group,
Right.
and
Right.
they can survive off that.
Yeah. Yeah, just awesome. I love the songwriting. I'm such a Pablo fan too. Like, I like them all, but like Pablo just speaks to me because, you know, as I progressed in my musical career, I really started to find my like niche in the behind the scenes stuff. It's like growing up, you want to be the rock star, you want to be out front, and then as I grew up, I was like, you know what, I actually really like the songwriting part, I like the production part, and I love, obviously he does both. He's out front as well, but he's like,
Right.
I just love how, you know, just thinking of like he orchestrated a lot of this, you know, musically, and it's a great song. I love the arrangement, and just, you know, the way that he's divvying out the parts. It's just really, really, I don't know. I really like him a lot, and then
Yeah.
you know, them together.
And
Fantastic.
and then when Stel just kind of takes the lead into the head voice, just that clear tone and the note choices there, and the mic's like 4 feet away from his mouth, and he's still like blending
Yeah.
into everything. It's just so it's great. All right, let me hit play.
Yeah.
I want to hear this last chorus again.
Sabay ng pagtila ng nadarama. Unti-unting nanurin ang aking nadarama. Unti-unting nanurin ang aking nadarama. O buhos ng ulan, huwag lang tumila pa.
Hold on. Sorry. Sound's getting really glitchy here. Hold on. I'm just gonna reset this. Where am I? 3 minutes 23 seconds. Let me reboot that.
Johnny has a Pablo bias. I guess that's true. I guess that's
You're
true.
allowed to have that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut down the other.
Have you
windows I
revealed your
open.
bias, Richard?
I feel like it's Stel. Isn't it? I love Stel too.
Stel or Stel,
I
man.
love them all for
I
different
mean,
reasons.
I'm as it,
Let's go.
when I was a younger singer, it was all about the high notes. I think that's the general. That's like, you know, the want. You know, that's what gets the attention kind of thing. So I love just going for those, you know, 3-4 octave range attempts. But I didn't have the clarity he had. I mean, I had the range that he has, but he's got that R&B like smoothness to his tone, but with this, you know, power behind it. I had more of like the Broadway power with it, or just went like full rock. I didn't have the delicate or vulnerability ness, if you will, that he has, and I'm totally envious of that. So I think my bias leans towards him because it's like, I wish I could do that too kind of feeling. You know, but I'm not a rapper, so I enjoy hearing all of them rap. And you know, between we've talked about this before, between like Suga of BTS and these guys, with, you know, what Josh is doing, Pablo, and just like the rough tones and everything, and like they're rock stars, and it's just like that. It's exciting for me, even though it's not something I personally identify with.
Yeah,
I like Pablo's
this is-
songwriting too.
Yeah, this is sort of familiar to me with like our journey into BTS as well, where it's like when we didn't know much about them, it's like, yeah, you kind of gravitate towards somebody, but you know, these sort of deep dives, these documentaries, just knowing their story, you find yourself liking all of them in different ways. You know, it's like,
Right,
'cause
their
you just see where they
personalities
come
start
from.
to emerge.
Yeah, I mean, the Pablo thing, how it's like he was spotted right away. It's like, okay, this guy's got something. He's like a leader. He's gonna orchestrate this. But then, you know, Josh's background of being bullied and like coming from very little, and then Ken's like, oh, I'm not a dancer, but I'm gonna learn and become
And I'm
amazing.
amazing.
At it. Yeah. So it's just, you definitely start to just resonate with each of the members. But yeah, Pablo's cool for me.
But
like
the level of work ethic that goes into what they're doing, because it's like, talent isn't born. I mean, there's obviously your brain can be wired in such a way, and you might have some physical advantages here and there. But if you don't nurture it, if you don't put the thousands of hours into it, you don't get this sound, period. I mean, you can hear the work they have.
Yeah. And even before this group was formed, you see they were all working towards this, for years and honing their craft. So it's not just an overnight thing, and that really, I think when it comes to boy bands, people think, oh, they were just thrown together. It's like, it's not that simple, there's a lot background that goes into it.
Not when it works. All right, let's hear this last chorus. Attempt number 3. Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead.
No, I have listened and watched this video many times, thousand times. But I'm gonna admit that I have not seen this in like more than a year already, and it just still blew me away. It's just crazy, man.
And
I forgot how good they were, and they still are, and even better today.
Well, and I was just gonna say that in this being just a someone was suggesting this might have been as late as even 2021, but just in the last few years, it's the evolution that they've had in a cohesive sense together, but also independently. Their skills keep escalating. So there's a little bit of that youthfulness, that little bit of an edge that's in their delivery, especially when they're just doing the solo parts in the early verse, that I could hear now is more developed. But when they sing together, it's like, oh, okay, that's the centerpiece that they've already worked out at this point, and now they just keep expanding.
Yeah.
All right, last chorus, one more time. Hopefully the sound works.
Unti-unting nanurin ang aking nadarama. Unti-unting nanurin ang aking nadarama. O buhos ng ulan, huwag lang tumila pa. Paano nga ba mapapawi? Labis na pagdurusa. Kung wala mang pag-asa, turuan mo naman akong limutin ka.
Well, what happened there? That was like a Michael Jackson songwriting move right there at the end. It reminded me of...
Let me hear it one more time.
Yeah.
Let me hear it one more time.
As it descended from the last chorus.
Star minor.
That.
That's the A minor 6.
I don't know why it triggered Michael Jackson. I'm trying to think of what song.
I'm not sure offhand, but it's nice.
It's very tasty. Melody change there. Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah, it's taking that 4 chord, which is A major, and just making it minor. So beautiful, great song. And there's a couple.
So cool.
I mean, yeah, this that little chromatic dissension that they have in the pre-chorus before. I thought that was really neat too.
Absolutely. All right. Well, up next, I'm so glad we went back to that, because that was a completely different experience than I remember on the Wish Bus with that melody. Yeah, that was great. And it was still them not dancing or anything, but it's just what a special performance that was. All right, I'm going to attempt to say the name of this song, Chuck. And I'm gonna need your help, but I'm gonna try. So the A is an ah sound, right?
Right, that's right.
Okay, all right. So, and then the NG is a ng. Okay, so Hanggang. Do I have the first?
Hanggang.
Hanggang. So it's a hard G, because there's 2 G's there, so I wasn't sure.
There's
oh,
2
because
Gs,
hung and then the g. Okay, Hanggang.
Yeah.
Sa Huli.
Ooh, that is pretty good, man.
All right.
Nice.
Cool. pat my own back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's hope in the world after all.
And what does that mean?
Until the end.
Until the end. Okay. Is it like a love
Okay.
song kind
Yeah.
of thing, or?
It is. The song is about unrequited love, a one-sided love. It's like about contentment of loving someone, even if this someone doesn't love you back. So it's kind of like
Oh.
depressing.
Those are the best songs, though.
Yeah, dude.
All right, everybody in the chat, you did it, Richard. Nice job. They know my struggle. Thank you. I appreciate your
Yeah.
support. All right, here we go. By the way, I do see some requests for some other singers and other songs from SB19. We're not taking requests today, but when the live stream is done, if you put them in the comments, that's where we go back and actually look. They just get lost here. So that way, don't waste your time, and that way you're not interrupting other people's conversation based on what we're listening to. So thank you. Also, if you repeat the request, I will ban you from chat because that's what we do here. We do it with love. but we keep order. Here we go.
Wish 1075.
Sa ating puso'y nag-iisa, mayroong himig na kumakatok sa pinto ng aking alaala. Di na dapat tumitig pa sa iyong mga mata, ngayon ikaw na lang ang nakikita.
Ang alaala mo'y tila bago, sa panaginip ko ay naramdaman. At kahit pa ang mundo ay mag-iba, ako'y laging nandito. Di man ako para sa'yo, puso'y di magbabago. Walang iba, walang iba, wala nang hahanapin pa. Pag-ibig ko'y sa'yo, sa'yo hanggang sa huli.
Oof.
Great.
Siguro may nararapat lang ika'y limutin na. Pag-ibig ko'y isang hangin na di mo madarama. Di na dapat tumitig pa sa iyong mga
I know we circle back to Pablo a lot, but there's a reason for it. And I see all five of them do this, where they know when to step back and support the other singer. But I feel like Pablo is like a master of that, even vocally. Like he takes the lead, he knows when to just not just do the line. Okay, here's the harmony part, but also to kind of play off the style of that singer. So if it's Josh, if it's Justin, if it's Ken, he'll adapt to that delivery a little bit. There's his little vowel shape adjustments, if he adds vocal fry or not. I feel like he's actively listening always to the other four members. And so his choice
Can I say something?
vocally. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just was gonna say that their company wasn't really that big, and their company couldn't afford them a choreographer, couldn't afford them a voice coach. So it was actually Pablo who's in charge of all the arrangements. So he's like, he do this like specifically. You
I hear
do
it.
the vocal fry and all that. Yeah, this is where you are supposed to come in. That's what Pablo's job was. So it's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
he
why he's my boy.
executed.
That's why he's my boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of, I just want to talk about the songwriting itself. Really cool stuff going on. So the song is in D. They start that verse on the 4 chord, which is a G. Da 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 da. F sharp minor. Da 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 da. E minor. Da da.
I don't think those were the lyrics.
Na, 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 na. So they repeat that. Da 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 da. the third time, it's a really cool chain. Da 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 da. Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it goes
Are you
to
sure you
F
only
sharp.
heard it for the first time?
Oh, he's
It's-
no
That is-
Johnny's. Johnny's brain is brilliant with music. Yeah, I often forget, Johnny, to even acknowledge or praise you for your skill because I've just taken advantage of it for so many years. I forget how good how
You're being
good you
used.
are.
It's so underappreciated in my time. You know what can I say?
You're the Pablo
No,
of
but
the
that-
channel.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it's such a great way to get to that minor 6 chord. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da. And then you got this money chord coming up, which I love. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's like a lift.
That's that C, so that's the 7th of the scale. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, just great stuff.
Oh.
Like that's all before the chorus.
Yeah, it just evolves in such a cool way. All right, let's keep going here.
Di mo madarama Di na dapat tumitig pa sa iyong mga mata Pagkat ikaw pa rin ang
There it is right there. Money chord.
nakikita Tanging pag-asa Ko'y biglang naglago
His range too.
Pag-ibig ko'y di nawala At kahit pa ang mundo ay mag-iba Ako'y laging nandito Di man ako para sa'yo Puso'y di magbabago Walang iba, walang iba Wala nang hahanapin pa Pag-ibig ko'y sa'yo Sa'yo hanggang sa huli Kung pinagtagpo tayong dalawa'y para sa isa't isa At kung nasabi ko ang lahat noon Ay may magbabago ba Sa aking bawat paghinga Dalangin makapiling ka At kung ito
I'm so sorry. I hate. I want to back it up again. I'm so sorry for ruining the flow, but I can't help myself. Ken, he's got these beautiful head voice, just these parts that's just like spot on. But then when he switches to the harmony, of course, he tends to take a lot of the lower parts. There's some really cool low choices here. I know Pablo arranges things, but I'm sure they all have their own influence of like, oh, here's a cool note choice or whatever. You know what I mean? There's interactivity there.
Sure.
But his switch between that lead and then just that and I jump down an octave and a half and support the next part back and forth. Just his accuracy with that is just so impressive.
Hold on a second.
All right, last time we're going to stop it. Go ahead.
No, there's just a moment that another great chord change I just want to point out. Awesome. Like going to that E with the G sharp in the bass. So it's the second of the chord it's an inverted though. It's inverted. That's great. To go to that minor G, that G minor right there.
It's just a mood changer.
Absolutely. And this was the first song. Sorry.
All right, I lied. Stop one more time. Go ahead.
Sorry. This was like one of the first songs wherein you would hear Ken singing, like really singing, because most of the time his job was like the low voice. Here he was like really singing his hearts out, and you would hear a lot of his beautiful falsetto. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
The balance.
It's really
The
cool.
balance of it is great.
Mm-hmm.
Dalangin makapiling ka At kung ito na ang huli Nais kong malaman mo na Mahal kita Mahal kita
That little edge.
Mahal kita Walang iba, walang iba
exclusive on Wish 1075.
Oh, so good.
I mean, the production behind that, the sound quality. I mean, it sounds almost like a record. It sounds produced. It was so good. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's well mixed, but the performance, absolutely.
But their performance, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's mainly their performance. I mean, that's really impressive to make it sound that much like a radio ready performance. It's I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah, I think you said it just fine.
I think I said it.
Now, before we jump
Yeah.
on to the next song, because we do have another one, I want to thank Odie the Cat. I like your name, Odie. You're requesting Pablo's new album. Alan, did he just put out a new album? Pablo? Or
Yeah,
is that-
he did. It's amazing. It's a two installment album. One is dropping tonight in 3 hours, actually, and I'm
Oh,
gonna react to
wild.
that.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, we will definitely check it. We're not doing that today. We already have this preset, but Chuck, maybe even if you have a recommendation of a specific song that we should react to in the near future, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'll have it sent to you. Yeah.
Yes, please do. Mia, thank you. Portia, thank you. And Cherry, thank you so much for your support.
And once again, a performance that is discluding all the other stuff that they can do, and it's just purely about the vocals. And it's like, and if you didn't know anything about them, you would just assume that they're an amazing vocal group, without all the, knowing that they dance and the fact that their live shows are so amazing. And
Johnny and I have been in different iterations of different bands throughout the years. And anytime we offered to enhance our performances with dancing, we lost fans. No, we never danced.
I was gonna say, I never offered that.
No, we never did. I think I tried a Michael Jackson move once or twice when we did Smooth Criminal, and that was a one-time attempt, and we moved on.
Now, the people are gonna want to see you or hear you or sample, I guess. Some people might be curious to hear you. Or
Well, Johnny's in the intro. He's got his our intro music and closing music. That's off Johnny's album. He's fantastic.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Those people out there, I have an album called Radiate, so look up Johnny Cummings Radiate and it'll plug
Yes.
for you.
The link is also in the description.
Let's go.
Check it out.
All right.
All right, so we have WYAT. Where you at? Correct. That's the song
Yes.
title for this one.
That is it. Mhm.
Oh, well, Josh, right? Is it Josh, the one with the eyebrow slice going on? Styling it?
Yeah.
I like it.
That's
All right,
Josh
and-
right there with the purple hair.
Yep. And when was this released? Is this pretty recent?
Yeah, that was released back in when was it? 2022.
Okay.
Yes.
And why did you choose this song? What are your thoughts?
I think you're gonna like it. I mean, it's completely different from the other two we reviewed. This one is the sound of this one is funky pop.
Okay.
More like inspired by Bruno Mars, Michael Jackson. You'll see. It's pretty good. It's boppy,
Cool.
and it's it's pop.
It's a bop. Fantastic.
It's a bop.
Let's check it out.
By the way, we got almost 2,100 people on here. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out.
Thanks for everyone hanging out. Absolutely.
Chuck.
Absolutely.
Casual Chuck, bring the people.
And if you don't know who he is, go check out his channel description. He's got a link in the description below. He's on YouTube and he reacts to more than just music. You got like kind of a Filipino pride, right? You got athletics. You got
Going on, yeah.
yeah. You got
Yeah.
all sorts of things there, which is awesome.
And he also puts together an amazing video, an amazing documentary.
Yes,
Jeez.
which we're going to check out
Great.
more of.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Something's going on. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go retro. Hey, G.
Hey,
Back at it again.
that.
Yo. SB. Yep. 1819. 1, 2.
1075.
distance. It's disrupting me and you, so I immediately move, trying to find a better cue. That wish you link me to you.
Nice.
Till we want and lose the two. So let's not waste our time and try to reconnect the lines. Oh yeah, I miss getting electrified when I look in your eyes. Oh baby, where you at? There's no groove within this music. Don't sign off your heart within it. I'm alone, yeah. So sad, will I ever get connected? 'Cause you're already embedded in my heart and soul, yeah. Take it away. Let's go, Josh. Where you at?
Quick question. Did Pablo write this one too?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he wrote it back in the pandemic. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, it's not an easy thing to be able to do a ballad in a very convincing way, write an amazing ballad, and then also do the dance stuff and be good at that, because they're really different, like stylistically. Like, it's such a different thought process to do that and do it in a way that's like convincing.
Even
And
just
man,
the rhyming schemes and everything, just on the most basic level, it's a different type of flow.
Yeah, that's a real skill right there for sure, to be able to do both those, because they're kind of like two opposite sides of the spectrum, and to be able to do them well is difficult.
And I do hear that rudimentary. That's not even the right word. I guess just the core is what I want to say. The core, like, funky beat of that bass against the drums it's got the beat it, the bad, the thriller. Yeah. It's got some of that, like, without it sounding like a copycat by any means. It just has like that feeling. It's fantastic.
Who opened? That was Ken singing it in the first part. Was that Ken?
Yeah, that was Ken.
Yeah.
I love that. That was great. Yeah. Yeah, and like, he usually gets overlooked because he's the bass, and when he gets those moments to shine, he really got a cool tone, man.
It's funny, the more songs you listen to, and as features start to pop out, you're like, well, I thought my bias was this, but maybe this. You start, you know what I mean? You start to see, like, there's more going on here. Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Take it away. Let's go, Josh. Where you at? Thanks to all my friends and family, lifting me up, keeping in touch. I know that it should be enough. No, they say live your life with no regrets. How am I to live it up when you and I don't know what's up? So I
love that.
That we soon link me to you till we wanna lose the door. So let's not wait our time and try to reconnect the lines. Oh yeah, I miss getting electrified when I see all your smiles. Oh baby, where you at? There's no groove within this music. No sign of your heart beating it. I'm alone, yeah. So sad, will I ever get connected? 'Cause you're already embedded in my heart and soul, yeah. Here we go. I know we should be together no matter what the weather. Down forever. This sex can never make us falter, 'cause we got each other. No way home stay. I've been waiting all day for you to come and play. Just tell me where you want it, yeah. Let's not waste our time and try to reconnect the line. Oh yeah, I miss getting electrified back when you're in my life. Oh baby, where you at? Let's go grooving to this music. Oh, I can feel all your heartbeat. It is so long, yeah. Now that we got reconnected, we'll forever be embedded in our hearts and souls, yeah. Where you at? Let's go grooving to this music. Oh, I can feel all your heartbeats. It is so long, yeah. Now that we got reconnected, we'll forever be embedded in our hearts and souls, yeah.
The only thing disappointing about that is that it ended. Like, it feels like it needs another chorus. It's got this drive. You just want to keep going through.
Yeah. There's so many good melodies in that. I forgot all of them because it's like by the time I was like, oh, I want to talk about that. Then the other one comes. I'm like, oh, I want to talk about. That.
Well, just
like
even. No,
there's one,
just
actually, there's
the
one thing I want
opening
to talk about.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The pre-chorus. There's something really interesting about the pre-chorus. Could you go back to that? So that the verse, you know, has sort of a typical.
Do you know the best way to get to a pre-chorus?
What's that?
Is to start the song from the beginning.
All right, yeah,
You know,
I
to
wanna
hear
talk
the
about these chord
evolution.
structures. Yeah.
Let's go retro. Hey, G. Back at it again. Yo. SB.
Such a fun hype, man.
Right there, yeah.
Lately, I've been feeling disconnected, losing energy. Bear with me.
I love
Let
his
me
voice.
read your body in my own time.
Baby, do you hear me? Yeah, the truth is, I've been dying 'cause the distance is
right, stop for a
distracting
second.
me. Could you survive?
Okay. I love Ken's voice. I must say that one more time. So, but the melody
He's
is really
something.
cool. It's like, so the chord progression is really simple. C minor. Da 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 da. The interplay between that. So that it's hanging around like the D4, and in that C minor chord, it's got that little sort of angular sound. So that's a second or a ninth. And then it goes to the A flat, back to the B flat. So go to the pre-chorus because that's the really cool part.
Well, I was
That's
gonna,
what I-
but you stopped me.
Sorry, I just had to point that out before I forgot.
This,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and they rotate
So right
that,
there.
right? Because Justin's doing it
Yeah.
here, but then Ken does it the second time. Do they rotate that part?
I think so, but yeah, real quick. So that part, I mean, that's that octave. Same chord progression.
It's really fun.
Yeah, I love it.
So, and that's not even the part I was talking about. That's like pre-chorus 1, pre-chorus 2.
Let's continue to get to
Even-
what
it's
Johnny
even
wants to
worse.
say.
Yeah.
That wish you link me to you till we want and lose the two. So let's not waste
You're here.
our time and try to reconnect.
Okay, right there.
the line. Oh yeah.
What about it?
So it goes to the 4 chord. So that's all pretty standard, but this is the money right here. Goes to that minor, that A flat minor. So it's the minor 6th. So that's not on the scale. So that's something that's added on.
So sorry, Chuck. I'm gonna have you off screen just for a
No
second.
worries. Yeah, no worries. I
So
enjoy
the
this.
typical thing to do would
Yeah.
be it's starting on F minor chord.
F minor.
Yep, and then it goes to G minor.
G minor.
Yeah, so now the typical thing for the next chord would be an A flat major chord.
Oh, wait. A flat major. All right, so we'd go
Yep.
from here to here to here.
Okay, so that would be the typical thing to do, but what they did that's a little bit different that I think makes them just that much more special is they throw in these little moments where it's a little bit different, and instead of an A flat major, they go A flat minor.
Okay, so sequentially it would be.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
totally-
sick. Oh, man.
Totally changes the mood in those moments.
So smooth, yeah.
And you go right past it. Because,
Yeah.
like you said, there's candy everywhere in this song as far as hooks go. So to have that is just another element.
So to have those little sophisticated moments just takes them a step above, the typical pop thing. It makes it really musical and really interesting for the music lover,
Yeah.
It's
What was
awesome.
that?
Love it.
Continue. You want to hear the chorus again? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like someone was saying that. It might have been me. but I heard it.
Getting electrified when I look in your eyes. Oh, baby.
What a setup.
Where you at? There's no groove within this music. Don't sign off your heart within it. I'm alone, yeah. So sad. Will I ever get connected? 'Cause you're already embedded in my heart and soul, yeah. Take it away.
Where you at?
Let's go.
And then
Jack.
it's
Where you at? Thanks to all my friends and family. Lifting me.
in his. We talked about. I hinted at that earlier, and I've heard him do this before. He adds that element of grit. I mean, I know all of them can do that. I've heard Pablo do that quite a bit too. But that little drive, the extra air pressure, the false folds come in because inside the larynx you've got the true folds, which are really tiny, about half size of your eyelid. That's what, when they vibrate, that pushes air molecules around, creating a sound wave, right? And then that's the true folds. And you have the false folds, which is more like a trap door. So when you go to lift something heavy, it kind of locks. It's like a pressure relief valve. He's implementing that on his entry. So it's kind of, you got this mood going on melodically and flowing in harmonies, and it feels good and everything. And then he just sideswipes the mood with just this little grit, just tapping on the false folds. And I just love those little choices. I want to hear that again.
Thanks to all my friends and family.
It's just a little texture that separates him from what everybody else is doing, but it's still cohesive in everything that's taking place. These guys are great. They're brilliant.
Great. As a songwriter, if you can make the listener not even care about the chorus, it's like you're so entertained. You're like, oh yeah, there's a chorus. I forgot there's a chorus. It's not all the build up to this thing. It's just every part is hooky. Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want.
Great song selection. John, do you have any other coffee buyers? Just want to take a quick moment to thank them. I feel like we did.
Thank you. Latte Lover, thank you so much, as always.
Thank you, Latte.
Our greatest supporters.
Chuck, dude, we have an open invitation. You're welcome back to the channel. Your song selections, your documentary, the way you put things together, you bring a great group of people with you to the chat. You got, obviously, do you call them the Chuckles? Did I read that right?
Chuckies.
The Chuckies? I thought something. I love it. The Chuckies. We're more of the Chuckles. the
I appreciate you guys.
The dad joke phenomenon that we are. Yeah, thank you for the song choice and everything. We're definitely going to check out episode 2. Maybe we can have you on for that, or we'll cycle through back and forth, whatever, have you back. So we really appreciate you being here, and
dude,
and you taking the time to check out our channel. I love that. It brings the world together. How wild is this that we're even meeting you, right?
I know.
Yeah, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I watch a lot of reactors. I think I've watched more than 200 reactors already, and I can easily say that you guys are one of the rare ones that really know what they're doing, and I really just love watching you guys. You're very entertaining. You know your stuff.
Thank you.
And yeah, just much respect with you, and I look up a lot to you. So yeah, man, if you go here in the Philippines, I'll meet you guys, and
That'd
you
be
can
awesome.
sign. Yeah, I want you to sign an autograph for me. Yeah.
Likewise.
That is the hope. We're trying to make that happen for next year. We would love to come there and meet all you guys, you know what I mean, and do meetups and go check out. I think Johnny and I already decided we'd be happy if we just hung out at the mall and just hear these amazing singers,
or any bar,
Yes.
but yeah, there's so much talent there. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy,
mind-boggling.
Oh, a lot of reactors actually have decided to go here. There's one reactor called GKD who went here and actually put up their own music label, and now they have their own P-pop group. It's pretty cool, man.
Really?
They just used to react to SB19, and now they have their own boy group here in the Philippines. It's nuts. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you again for joining us. Thank you everybody in the chat for being here today. Please leave your comments after the live stream is done for other SB19 songs you want us to check out, particularly off of Pablo's newest album. Sounds like that would be awesome. Thank you to our Throga members for supporting the page, our Silver, Gold, and Diamond, of course. And we hope you all have an amazing day. We are here tomorrow morning, same time for Thank God It's Filipino Friday with some new artists. We hope you have an amazing evening and day.